welcome to another edition of Couch Coaches. He's Jeff, he's Brian, I'm Denny, and we know sports. All right, next we're going to talk about teams that need to win this week to stay in the playoff hunt. I'll go first. I think that the first game between Washington and the Giants, both those teams really need to win.
Yeah, that's a huge game.
Yeah, that is a huge game. Both those teams are in the playoff hunt. We've talked about maybe all four of the teams from the NFC East getting in the playoffs. But one of those teams has definitely got to win. And gosh,
the winner puts them in the driver's seat of a wild card spot.
It does. And just like we talked about earlier, the Giants have a tough schedule left. And if they don't win this week, if the Giants don't win this week, I kind of think they could be in trouble.
Yeah.
Washington's the same boat. They got to play the Giants twice. They got to still play Dallas. They got to play Philadelphia.
Do you know what I gathered out of this game? They're playing for last place in that division. That's what they're playing.
Yeah, and
he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong at all. But still,
Eagles are going to win that division.
It's playoffs. It's playoffs is what they're playing for. Once you get into the playoffs, who knows what could happen. I remember a lot of different years seeing that sixth place team win the playoff or win the whole Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Just because you're in the wild card, as New England said back in the 2000s, as long as we make it into the playoffs,
we got a chance.
Anything can happen. We got a chance.
Yeah, we got a chance.
Look at how them Giants over there got 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah,
that's because we rock it in the playoffs. all I'm saying. Now, the other big game is Miami-San Francisco. That is a huge game.
That is a
huge game.
Yeah,
San Francisco has to win. Miami, on the other hand, is really in control of their division.
I don't know if I'd say San Francisco necessarily has to win, but if they want any shot of being in the top 3 seeds, they probably do have to win. I think that they're got a very, very good chance to make the playoffs regardless.
San Francisco's got losses on their record that they shouldn't have.
Darn right they do.
And going forward, they can't afford any more losses they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
This, on the other hand, would be an acceptable loss, but on the other hand, it's still a loss.
I have to weigh in on this game here. I think Miami needs it more than San Francisco does.
Miami does because
Miami needs it more than San Francisco because
they're kind of treat pace with
Buffalo.
But
we're winning 17-7 here right now.
17-10. They just scored.
You're not. They missed.
Oh, you missed it?
Yeah, he missed it.
Oh, hit the crossbar.
It don't matter what he hit. He missed it.
The thing is, everybody's saying that Buffalo's going to win that division, but however, I think Miami's got to win that division if they want to make a run in the playoffs.
Miami needs some home field advantage.
Yeah, to me, Miami's a must-win more so than.
But let's talk about statistics. Tua hasn't lost a game that he's played from start to finish.
Tua hasn't lost a game that he's played start to finish, but honestly,
he hasn't played a defense like that.
I was going to say, honestly, they haven't played that tough of a schedule. They beat Cleveland, they beat Chicago, they beat Detroit, they beat Houston.
They did beat Buffalo.
They did beat Buffalo, but they should have never beat Buffalo. That was a fluke that they beat Buffalo. Buffalo had 97 plays to their 38. How does that happen? And then you lose the game.
Oh, catch that!
On the other side of that, though, if you're Buffalo, how do you lose that game?
Yeah, exactly.
And is that right there?
They should have never lost that game.
That right there, everybody for the most part had Buffalo as their favorite in the AFC.
Yeah.
That should take them right out right there.
Especially after they beat Kansas City. And that was a great game.
Yeah, and now they're struggling.
Yeah.
They are kind of struggling, but I think at the end of the year, Buffalo will still be there. I think they'll be one of the top teams.
Buffalo will be there. Yeah.
Buffalo will be in the playoffs.
But in the playoffs, but they could even be in the AFC Championship. They could have home field advantage. It's still a distinct possibility.
Will the 49ers be there?
The Niners will be there.
But they're in the NFC, not the AFC.
I know. But will they be in that championship?
Yeah, absolutely.
NFC championship.
I got them as my Super Bowl team. I got them in Buffalo as my Super Bowl
team. That's a homer pick. Now let's talk about realistically.
Homer pick.
Yeah, they will.
They're not going to choke like they've done off the season?
When did they choke?
Well, they got 4 losses. So they choked along the way.
Yeah.
They got losses to teams they should have lost to.
They lost to
Okay,
Denver.
let's break this
They
down.
lose to Denver?
You want to
They
break
lost
this
to
down a little bit?
Denver?
Yeah, because he was
Let's
there.
say that again. Did they lose to Denver?
They lost to Chicago.
Yeah.
They
Game
lost
they
to
shouldn't have
Denver.
won. It was pouring rain.
They don't matter.
Pouring
Oh
rain in
my
Chicago.
God. We're going to get into the excuses.
And Trey Lance was still there, which, I mean, Trey Lance is the future of the team, fine.
Jimmy
Then-
Garoppolo should be the future of that team.
They,
All
lost,
I'm
they lost to
saying
Denver. They
is-
did lose to Denver.
All I'm saying
that
is
was Jimmy's first full game
your
back.
team has to be very careful. And because of their history right now of losing games they're not supposed to, when they get into the playoffs, can they rattle off 4 straight wins?
I'm not worried about my team one bit.
Really?
Not one bit. And you'll see why come Sunday, because Eric Armstead will be back.
Ah.
And that guy is a middle plugger like nobody knows.
Well, I bought the extra package on my dish this weekend to make sure that I get to watch that game.
Good.
You know what we're going to find out this week? Is how Tua does under pressure.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to find out this week.
Yeah.
And if, let's say that Miami pulls it out, they are the real deal.
It's crazy.
If Miami would happen to pull that game out, yeah, then you start looking at that.
I'm just saying, I picked San Francisco to win this game.
I
But
did.
on the other hand, it was a late pick for me. I kept bouncing that around, back and forth,
Yeah.
because Miami has beat teams that I didn't think they were going to win those games.
Miami possibly has the best receiving core in football.
They have the fastest receiving core in football, that's for
They
sure.
definitely have the fastest.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right. What do you guys think about Cincinnati and Kansas City? To me, Cincinnati, they have to win.
Yeah,
Because
they have to win.
They have to keep pace with Baltimore. Baltimore plays the Broncos, which that's a win for them. So,
However, we did find out that Lamar Jackson got hurt in practice. If they don't have Lamar Jackson,
They still beat
Yeah.
Denver.
that's
don't
different.
know.
They're a
I
different
don't
team, but
know.
they still beat Denver. I agree.
but the thing is, Denver.
I could go out and quarterback
if
for
you
them
look
and
at
beat
the-
Denver.
If you look at it, I saw a thing earlier today of top 5 defenses in the NFL.
Oh,
Denver's number 3.
Oh, I
it.
thought maybe you saw the thing of Russell Wilson has more bathrooms than he does touchdown passes.
Woohoo! I saw that.
That is true.
I saw it.
That is true.
Denver doesn't beat Baltimore if Lamar Jackson plays or not.
Yeah, I don't think Denver beats Baltimore. I don't think there's any chance. So again, that gets us back to Cincinnati and the pressure that's on them to win this game.
They have to win. They have to win right now.
That's a huge game this week.
It is a huge game, and the funny thing is of the teams that Kansas City has played in Patrick Mahomes' career, he struggles the most against Cincinnati.
He does.
Joe Burrow is the only quarterback that's undefeated against Patrick Mahomes.
The defense that Cincinnati runs seems to confuse him.
It slows them down.
He's throwing more.
It does slow him down.
He's
Yep.
throwing more interceptions against Cincinnati than he has any other team.
Yeah,
But look who else they shut down. The best running back in football.
Derrick Henry. Yep.
Cincinnati's a good team,
Cincinnati is a good team.
and I know that Zach is early in his career, but he's got a lot of Belichick tendencies. He takes away what you do best, and it forces you to do what you don't do best to beat you.
Do you know what's funny? Is earlier in the year, we would have had Zach on that list of coaches on the hot seat.
I would have never.
You know,
put him on the
Just
hot
saying,
seat.
we would
He
have.
just won a Super Bowl.
Everybody was talking, is Zach really that good of a coach?
Absolutely.
When Zach Taylor was
And-
in college, I always thought, man, that guy is sharp. He's a good quarterback. He knows what he's doing. But I never thought that he would be the coach that he is.
Keep in mind he played quarterback for Nebraska,
He was a dang good quarterback for Nebraska.
who never really has had a good quarterback. So
The Huskers rock. Don't listen to the Oregon faggot. I mean, that's just how that is. I mean, the man is an Oregon fan. You don't know college football.
Let's not be throwing around derogatory terms.
yeah, come on, Jeff.
I'm sorry. I'm not PC. I'm that guy.
I think Cincinnati definitely needs a win, and I think they definitely have a chance to win this game.
Yes.
You know,
And
I
Zach
picked-
Taylor's a Nebraska quarterback. So
I picked Kansas City, but it's only because I don't want to pick against Kansas City anymore because of what they've done during the year when I do pick against them. But I wouldn't be surprised if Cincinnati wins that game either.
The thing is, right now, Kansas City, like I said earlier, Patrick Mahomes, this may be the best we've ever seen him. And because he doesn't have Tyreek Hill, Kelsey's having a ridiculous year, apparently.
Oh, yeah, ridiculous.
I looked at that earlier. He had 12 touchdowns?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Something
12
like that.
touchdowns?
Didn't he?
It's
I think
ridiculous.
He passed Tony Gonzalez for the most touchdowns
Yeah.
by a tight end in career.
And the
this
thing
year.
is, besides Kelsey, he's just distributing. He's
It just
distributing how
pains me to see Kansas City this good.
I'm with
Pains
you.
me.
I'm with you. I'm not a Kansas
yet,
City
on the
fan,
other
but darn
hand-
it, they are good.
They're good. They're solid. Their defense is their weakness, and they're better than they were the previous 3 years.
Shout out to all our Kansas City fans that are talking about Mahomes being on that list.
Yeah.
He's well on his way.
He is well on his
He
way.
is well
You know,
on his way.
I don't think there's
But
anybody
yet
that can deny
said,
that.
but yet said, if he was to get hurt and never play again this weekend,
He is in the Hall of Fame
he is
right now.
not in the Hall of Fame right now.
Right now.
He gets a
I think he's
30-30.
borderline, if
He
you
gets
ask
a
me.
30-30 and an honorable mention.
Yeah, I think
Hall
he's
of Fame right now. Right here. I got you. He's Hall of Fame right now.
I still think he's borderline. You know, he just hasn't played enough yet.
Yeah.
I mean, what's this? His fourth year, fifth year, and
Fourth year.
This is fifth year.
yeah,
He's 4.5 years right now.
Yeah, so this will be his 5th full year.
Right.
yeah. And
But we've never. This is why I say that for our people. We've never seen anything like this. Last year he had his worst year, and it was still better than most guys having as these guys that we talk about as grades.
yeah, and I agree with that. I agree with
And
that.
this comes into the Megatron thing. Megatron didn't play a lot. However, he's still in that conversation.
Yeah, and, you know, and Mahomes, just when you think that maybe he's going to screw up or he's going to do something that maybe he shouldn't do,
He pulls it
still
out.
pulls it out. Yeah,
Pulls it out.
every time.
He's
And
a baller.
That does make him tough. That does
He is
make
a
him tough
baller.
for sure. All right. One last game, one last team that I personally think needs to win this week is Tampa Bay. Tampa
That
Bay
baby needs to start getting some wins.
yeah, you know, lost to Cleveland last week.
That was a bad
You know,
loss.
Atlanta's
Bad
right on their
loss.
tail. And as bad as Jeff doesn't want to say that Atlanta's right on their tail, they are. They're
They
only
are.
half game behind them.
They're right there.
And you know,
That
Atlanta
game shit.
they've struggled and they
They
have
still
some
are right
problems,
there.
but they're right there. You know, and things turn around a little bit. You know,
The reason why they're right there is because Tampa Bay keeps losing games they're not supposed to lose.
Again,
And that is exactly why they will lose early in the playoffs.
I'll get back to what Bill Parcells used to say: season doesn't start till after Thanksgiving.
And that's the truth.
Yeah. So we'll see starting this week what it's going to be like.
And the thing is, Tampa Bay lost to Cleveland off of a bye week.
Bill Parcells.
A
my
bye
favorite
week.
But
coach all
Jacoby
time.
Brissett is their quarterback.
God.
Come on now. Tampa's not that good, Jeff.
He's
Sorry,
not
Jeff.
gonna-
Tampa's not
They're
that
not
good.
good. But they're in a bad division that they're still going to win.
They're in a bad division and they might still win. That's for sure. That's for sure.
All right.
So, all right. Well, that's our show for this week. We want to thank you all for tuning in. Make sure and go down and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Any comments you guys want to leave there, please do. If you have any suggestions of anything you want us to talk about, please put that down there in the bottom. Because at the end of the day, we are the Couch Coaches.
And we know sports.